So, welcome back to the campaign. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to make the campaigns and battles slower and harder to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to the video where I go over all the mods we're using and why. For this campaign, we are playing as Kugoth Plaguefather, the Fetid Brewmaster, setting out to spread across the world not for the sake of conquering it, but in search of the perfect plague. For some reason, humans and dwarves and lizards and everyone else don't seem to want to embrace Grandfather Nurgle's toxic love and are fighting back, which is an annoyance to Kugoth and will just have to use more forceful methods, like destroying their armies, conquering their cities, and spreading our corruption to every province we can reach. Okay, so carrying over from the previous episode, we know that we are going to make this attack right here, and this is going to actually... We might have enough movement left, even if they do retreat, we might be able to chase them. So the real question is, do I want to try to pull our new Lord over as well and get him involved in the combat? I'm tempted to say yes, because I would hate for him to miss a chance to get the experience. I can't imagine that this one Lord would make it have that much of an impact on whether or not they retreat. So we're going to try that. We're going to go ahead and move him in. And I guess I probably should have done a really quick strategic overview here in case anyone is new or has been a while since they've seen the last episode. And that is that, oh gosh, look at that. They have birthed a second army. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so we have the Greenskins who are not raiding us, but they're in our territory and we don't like that. And then we have our war with Ghorst, which is going just fine. They had taken briefly scrap towers while we were occupied over here with Baldur and Greasus, but now we hold both, and Baldur is not going to be too much longer before he can take care of himself. So we'll go ahead and get Grog here, our second Lord, back into the main fight against Ghorst. Ghorst himself is up here. Greasus is a little bit further north, but has kind of been neutralized, at least for the time being. And we're going to knock out these armies and potentially go ahead and push on and take maybe Knobbly Gorge and the Haunted Forest. We'll kind of play that by ear. We're not at war yet with these ogres right there, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do declare on us. And then, of course, we don't want to allow Ghorst an opportunity to come back and take scrap towers again, so we may have to delay the offensive over here in order to take care of him. But we'll have to play that by ear after we do this battle. I should, I guess, at least also look at these things. So I don't... the casualty replenishment is very much welcome. A couple ranks gained. I guess I should do that prior to starting the battle here. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that with good old Ben Koch here. He's got maximum increased mobility already, so we're just upping his ability to fight in melee. We'll continue doing that, and now we have Septed. Let's go ahead and give him the Purple Sun of Xarius. And now, here's the question. Do they... 51% there, 55% here. So let's go ahead and hit this one here. Let's see what they do. Okay. They are going to fight us, which is what we wanted. A Pyrrhic victory, we could fight this and not suffer any unit losses, although it does say a Pyrrhic victory. Obviously, we are not going to do that. We're going to fight this on the battlefield. In terms of units to worry about, we've got their lords, which they have. That's a like a master necromancer or whatever they're called. I forget what these guys are called, some kind of ghoul. They've got some Karen Wraiths. They've got one Grave Guard, two Grave Guard, four Grave Guard total. Bunches of zombies, of course. They've got, they've got a mix, but I'm not really super worried about it. The main things that we want to take care of are the Black Coach and the character units. And probably the Black Knights and the Hex Wraiths. Okay, and the Can Wraiths. So there's plenty of units for us to be concerned about. We'll just, instead of prioritizing anything, we'll take them on as opportunity presents itself. Now, one advantage that we may have is by Kugath throwing his exploding Nurglings at them. His, what are they called? Giggling grenades? Is that what the skill up was called? Anyway, with that may draw their first army into battle before their second army comes in. We'll have to see how they decide to play that. I don't know about this hill. It's a little bit far away from... I guess our only reinforcement, though, is just a lord, so that's not really a big deal. I don't see any reason really to not fight on this hill, so we'll do that. Of course, I don't want to be on the downslope of it, which actually means moving forward a little bit here at the beginning of the combat, so that's what we'll do. Why not? No problem. We're going to go ahead then and get you guys facing backwards for the inevitable sending guys around from behind that they'd like to do. Kugath, you go ahead and get up here. The trees are a little bit in the way, but yeah, I don't want you to get too far away from the main army. The good news is our Exalted Heroes are in much better shape from a health perspective, and we will be relying on them a lot for the damage dealing to all of the priority targets. As usual, the Nurglings and the Plague Bearers are there to really just soak up the bulk of the forces. So let's go ahead and, you know what I might do? I'm going to move over to here. Maybe like so.
A plague-bearing Nurgling ready for each and every.
Let's go ahead and speed this up. How's my alignment here? I guess might as well be more like this.
Grandfather asks it.
If they come around from behind, they're not going to have a height advantage, so that's okay. If they come from the front, yeah, there's not really going to be much of a high ground advantage for anybody, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get Kugath targeting some high value targets. Maybe you can hit those Black Knights. See if they start to move away. Oh, that's decent. I'll take that. A couple hits on them is good. How long do we have here? Oh, they're about ready to come in. Okay. Alright. And that means our guy should be in. He's not going to be in for another 36 seconds. Wow. Okay, let's get everybody back just a tad. And also, particularly Kugath, I'm going to want you to be in defense mode here, guard mode.
An experiment.
Because I don't want you doing your usual behavior of ending up way out here in front of everybody else. Okay, so let's start targeting now the... Well, that's fine for now. And let's go ahead and get you up here as well. What do we have over here? These are more Black Knights.
Yes.
Okay, let's speed things up. Where are his Black Knights that we're hitting? We didn't really do quite as much to them as I might have hoped with all the times that we've attacked them. So let's go ahead and let's find their grave guard here. Where's their grave guard? I'm afraid they're going to be on the other side of the trees, aren't they? Yeah, alright, let's go ahead and hit those Black Knights over there then. Oh! They already took some damage. Did we accidentally, or, yeah, did we hit them somehow before? Why am I not seeing Graveguard? I feel like I should be able to see a difference in the banner. And I'm just not. Oh, there they are, right there. Boom. Okay, and the trees are not in the way, so that's good. Now we can speed up again. Where's our Lord? Oh, they're coming around behind. That's a concern. Our Lord is unfortunately really far away here. I'm going to actually back him up. If they come down here at him with a unit that he can't beat himself, I may end up just pulling him off the map. Let's go ahead and summon our first group of Nurglings here. Let's go ahead and get our beast on the black coach. Let's get actually everybody on the black coach. Let's get, yeah, all you guys on the black coach. And now you Nurglings, you go ahead and actually see if you can bog down those Cryptors. I may have been a little bit slow on that. Let's go ahead and buff everybody. And how are we doing here on that black coach? Let's go ahead and get a Rancid Visitations on him. I want that black coach dead as soon as possible. I don't want to cause damage to myself with the Forbidden Rod. Okay, how are we doing here? The black coach is critical binding. Come on, guys, you can do it. I have faith in you. It looks like those can wraiths. Okay, his speed is 27. They are going to be faster than him, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but not to mention he's also, if I explode there, yeah, go ahead and explode. He's also exhausted, which is a little bit of a problem. Okay, let's get Kugath a little bit more into the middle of the fight here, so that his Plaguefather's Oration will hit everybody. And then let's also go ahead and do this. Get a good mass of their units there. I shouldn't be casting with him. I should be casting with Oedipus. Where is it? The Stream of Corruption right here. Let's go ahead and get one on this side. Looks like this is going to hit quite a lot. Alright, how are we doing here? Did we get the black coach? I stopped paying attention to that. I don't see it, so I'm going to assume that's a yes. Go ahead and get the Crypt Ghouls. You go in there on those Crypt Horrors, please. You never even got into the other fight with the black coach, so that's not real surprising. Let's go ahead and I think we got most of our units with that. Let's get the Plague Bearers on some of the higher priority targets. What about you? Get you on. Yeah, go ahead and finish off those Crypt Ghouls. And you, get you in on those Crypt Horrors. You too. Got those Morn Ghouls crumbling, that's good. Okay, now, Oedipus, time for a... Do we have the Winds of Magic? We do. I'm going to do it. This is going to be fun. If I can do it without hitting... No, I'm not going to do it. It's not a good effective use of our winds and magic. We're going to do it here instead. Hit these crypt ghouls a bit. And then just some zombies to go with them. That's fine. Let's get you kind of back into the fold there. Alright, how are you doing? Any need for a heal on anybody? Doesn't really look like it. You guys are doing a number on those Black Knights. You guys just stay on those... yeah, stay on the Crypt Ghouls here until they break. I think I clicked the wrong unit there. You, click there. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now what are you doing? Let's get you in there on his Necromancer. Let's get you... Well, you're still fighting the Crypt Horrors, so it's fine. You... Okay, alright, good. We've got a heal coming if we need it. If not, we'll save it up and use the Rot Glorious Rot. Let's go ahead and get Adipus to cast another Stream of Corruption over here. Okay, it did extend a little bit past their units, so I could have backed it up a little bit more than that, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and remember to keep using the buff. In fact, I need you to be more in the middle. I thought I told you to be more in the middle. Let's get them on those Crypt Ghouls. I'm not going to explode them, however. And then, yeah, I want you in the middle there, Kugath, if you don't mind. Let's go ahead and get another Stream of Corruption going here. A little bit further back this time. Hit a couple of our units, but it's not a big deal. Of course, we're mostly just hitting zombies on their side, so it's really nothing special. Okay, you guys. How are you doing on the... You were fighting Crypt Ghouls, weren't you? Tell you what, get in on him. Yeah. In fact, that's a very good use for all of my melee heroes. Meanwhile, totally forgot about him, but I don't see them. So, I don't think he beat them up, so I assume that they turned around and joined the fight up here. And that's fine. Okay, so now we can go ahead and do this. We're going to use this on his Lord. And his Lord should be in pretty bad shape here. Down to dead. Yep. I'll call that a success, and then let's get our other three, our big three melee heroes in on his Necromancer. Let's go ahead and get a Rancid Visitations on the Necromancer as well, because now it's just mop-up duty. The Streams of Corruption are really not all that important. These zombies will lose models faster from when this Necromancer dies and they start crumbling than they will from the Stream of Corruption. Looks like everybody's disintegrating now. And that is a wrap. Okay. Let's see how many models we lost into battle. 46 total, I'll take that. Okay. Alright, always good to get the loot after a battle like that. And do we want the infections, or do we want the favor, or do we want the replenishment? At this point, I'm going to say, boy, look at how many. Does this indicate everything that's going to survive and be raised? The dead rise again. Man, it's annoying. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the infections. Usually if it's a more than 10 to 1 ratio, I'll go favor. it's not in this case. And sometimes I would go favor anyway, but that's nowhere near a 10 to 1. Alright. Can I reach them then a second time? That is the question. Got another Scepter of Stability that I'll never use. I can kill them a second time, and I think that'll finish them off then, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously we are going to do that.
I must fine-tune my plagues.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's... Does not appear that we're going to be able to get him into a second fight. That's fine. We'll go ahead and move him back. And you, Kugath, can go ahead and... Well, we want to level up at least before we do this. Okay. What do we want? We don't need... Yeah, no, we don't need Lord of Stench because we don't have any Great Unclean Ones, and we won't for a while. So we could do... It's not a bad idea to spend 2 points in the spell line just so that whenever I forget and actually cast spells with him, it will give me the Children of Nurgle ability. So that's a consideration, but I'm going to try to just be more efficient, and instead I'm going to go with Deadeye. I'm also going to eventually want, which one of these? Probably Deadly Blade. Maybe Survivalist, I don't know. I'll decide that later. Let's go ahead and get... okay. Here we go. So now we got some good choices. Have we finished? No, we need Arcane Conduit. That's priority right there. But I do really like Locus of Contagion, particularly when you're fighting lots of chaff like these zombies are. So that'll be a good one. I also definitely need to get him Bloated Carcass ASAP. Now you... Let's give you Blade Shield. What are you up to here? 56? This number doesn't really seem all that high to me, and yet they really... Cultists really seem to hold up pretty well in melee combat in my experience. Okay, let's give you Wound Maker. One more and you can get Deadly Onslaught. Septed, let's go ahead and give you Earthing before we start upgrading those. Let's go ahead and give you Blade Shield. Oh, you get another one? Okay, let's give you Wound Maker as well. And you need Replenish Troops. I need to move you over into Grog's army. Oh, you got 3 level ups. Wow. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just start giving you some of these. Is that everybody? No. We have you as well. You need Stream of Corruption. Okay. And...
fine-tune my plagues.
Okay. All right. Now, I think we can go ahead and do this, and we should have enough movement then to be able to get back into our own territory if we choose to. Can we see what he's got over here at this point? He doesn't have any military presence in Knobbly Gorge, which is interesting, because that means he also doesn't have a military presence in Flayed Rock. Although I think Ghorst is like up here close to Flayed Rock. Alright, well anyway, we'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and do this for now. Yeah, the annoying black coach is back. Not that I'm particularly concerned about it, but it is annoying. Okay, start deployment. We're already pretty much in the formation that I want to be in. So that's good. That makes this easier. Let's just go ahead and get over here where we can see everything nice and cleanly. And might as well not give them a height advantage, a ground advantage. So start the battle. Let's have Kugath hit.
Battle is but an experiment.
What?
I calculate.
What's a good target? You're going to miss the Black Knights if they're trying to avoid it. I thought I saw some Graveguard, but for some reason I can't see them now. That's fine. Just you know what? Just go ahead and throw it at whatever. I'm going to speed things up here. Those units are all going to come in from over there. Okay, you know what? Go ahead and hit those Black Knights. It is pretty silly to be throwing at pesky little skeletons. And actually, it looks like his Black Knights are not moving, so go ahead and hit those as well. Think you can get that over the trees? Looks like it. Enemy reinforcements. Okay, now you're going to have a hard time hitting them, I think. Let's see if we can hit these Black Knights.
Very well.
Their leadership is not doing too well over there. That's a good sign. What are they doing over there? Not anything urgent. Okay, maybe at this point, maybe you can hit that black coach. By the way, I want to get you on guard mode. Is there any chance you're going to be able to effectively hit that black coach? Yes. Wow, I'm a little surprised by that. Not while it's moving though. So let's go ahead and switch targets to Crypt Horrors. Oh, are you? Did you move? No, you're fine. Okay. Right now, his Crypt Horrors are getting a little bit out of range, so let's switch over to something over here. There's a whole big mass of things over here, but unfortunately, it looks like they're all zombies. So who cares about that? Why don't you try to hit this mass right here? Mainly the Lord. Okay, what do we got? Oh, I gotta remember, of course, Oedipus here. This is always fun. They don't have ranged units, so I don't really have to worry about them shooting him out of the sky. Let's go ahead and get these Nurglings in a suicidal charge towards their line there. Now you just fly overhead and right about here, go ahead and do your Locus of Contagion. Just hover over them, doing damage while it lasts. Every little bit helps. Okay, you can go ahead and get back into the fold here. These Black Knights I don't think will last very long. You just charge into those criticals if you don't mind. Now the Beast. Let's go ahead and pull you back just a little bit. Septed, let's get you into the mix, and here we go, Kugath, go ahead and use your buff. Oedipus, go ahead and, where are you at, Oedipus? There you are. Go ahead and get a Rancid Visitations on the Black Coach. We might as well kill that quickly. You guys go ahead and get in on, actually no, you over here, you get in on them. You on them. Those Morngulls, I guess. You on the Crypt Ghouls. Let's get Kugath a little bit more into the exact middle. And Oedipus. Let's go ahead and let's get you right here, but not actually, no, right here, but not actually in melee. But you'll be in a prime position to do a lot of damage with the Locus of Contagion here. And then while you're at it, after that's done, we'll go ahead and hit his lord with the Rancid Visitations. You might as well go ahead and drink your healing potion because I think this fight is not going to last a whole lot longer. Oops, wrong guy. Over there. You as well, I think you probably took a tiny little bit of damage. And, oh yeah, our beast and Nurgle, I forgot to do anything with him. Adipus, go ahead and get in there and finish off his Necromancer. And you guys over here, I think things are going to start disintegrating. They ought to. How's his Necromancer doing? His Necromancer is dead. That answers that. And did we drink all our healing potions? We did. Any heals to hurry up and get off? Nope, never mind. Too late. Okay. Three, presumably, Nurglings lost. And I think if you defeat them twice in one turn, his armies are permanently destroyed, right? They don't do the Dead Rise again a second time in the same turn. Hope that's right. Looks like it. Okay. Oh no, he does have some units here that are not grayed out. Is that because it was the reinforcing army, maybe? 620 or 46. We'll take the 620.
Bring them to their knees.
His army, okay. So the fact that some of the units were not completely grayed out does not reflect that they don't do the Dead Rise again. I'll have to remember that. So now you can get into encamp stance. We are going to press on. The question is whether we are going to press on to Knobbly Gorge, which I think we actually have an objective for, don't we? Right there, capture and occupy Knobbly Gorge. So we could do that. There's certainly value in doing that. But the Haunted Forest is tempting. This is obviously less good for us, but it's much more good for Ghorst. And if we were to knock that out, that obviously would be crippling for him. Now you guys, we want you to come out and start working your way over here towards Scrap Towers, but we don't want you to take attrition. So come on out. And okay, so we're right here, we're getting a plus 15. I'm afraid we're going to have to put him in a camp stance where we don't get any winds of magic at all. That's okay. He needs the replenishment and needs to not suffer additional attrition. Meanwhile, what do we have here? One more turn and we'll be able to get some more heroes going. Pig Barter is... okay, it is going to be walled, so that's good to know. It's going to be a little while before we get it up to tier 3, but that's okay. We're going to keep an army close enough to be able to defend it if something were to happen over here, because we don't want to lose Pig Barter and have to take it again. Okay. So we got our armies, I think, where we want them for now. Let's go ahead and do our skill ups. Let's go ahead and take the other point of Deadeye here. You finish off Blade Shield. You can now do Deadly Onslaught. You can do Arcane Conduit. Okay, this is good. We're starting to get into more mid-game territory. Not quite, but our heroes are starting to ramp up where they're going to be much more effective. Okay, building upgrade available down here. So we do have plenty of money at this point. We obviously want to do this. This is 8,000, so this is most of our money right here. I don't see any reason not to do that, even favoring that over the Sea Dragon's Teeth. And then we could spend some on these guys, but I'm not really going to just yet. Not a priority. Research. Specimen collection, yeah. What was the other one we wanted to do? There was a second one here, wasn't there? Yeah, Revel in Malady. That'll be really nice.
To the plague.
And finally, maybe I should have moved him along with Kugath so that we could spread our plague. Because now's the time. We got enough of a cushion with our plague that we can, or I'm sorry, with our infections, that we can start spending a little bit less efficiently in a push for the crumbling ague.
Experiment.
So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and give, not Plague Chosen, let's give Kugath
The plague weaver.
the ague, and if later on, if we get a chance to spread it to a second army, we will do that. We can't do it this turn, but that's fine. Okay. Alright.
Deserts.
Oh, they've got one lord over here.
Moron.
A level 1. Okay. Not really too terribly worried about that. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy out, I suppose. How are they looking, by the way, in terms of their strength now? They're still going to be fairly high because, well, 88, so they lost quite a lot. I guess we did wipe out 2 full armies. I was going to say, they still have Ghorst in his army, and I think his army had maybe the best units.
I am ready.
Ooh, they would take a peace treaty. I'm not going to do it, but I'm always curious to see how much they would offer. 3,000. Now, the only strong concern that I have at this point is these guys, the Dimmed Sons. They're Dimmed Sons. They're quite annoying, and I'm going to have to deal with them soon. Let's go ahead and end our turn and see what they and Ghorst do. Greasus, still no sign of him. The other thing about taking Knobbly Gorge is that's going to give us a border with Cathay, which could cause some friction. Don't really want to go to war with Cathay until after we finish off Ghorst. Okay, what's he going to do? He's going to back up to Flayed Rock, and that's it. And what are you guys going to do? Encamping and presumably recruiting. Oh wow, I didn't realize Ghorst was in ambush stance. No wonder I didn't see him. Okay, so we got Plague, we got Slaanesh Ascendant. Okay, whatever. We don't hate Slaanesh as much as we hate Tzeentch. Okay, oh, we can do our additional lords now, or additional heroes, excuse me, so that's good. Not really sure we want to do that quite yet because our economy's not great.
Start the war.
Although what I want to wipe these guys out. Probably irrationally so. Alright, can we reach? We cannot reach this turn.
Follows.
If we were to do raiding, we would lose our ability to get to replenish, and we would gain 251. It's probably not worth that trade-off. So what we're going to do is move. Do we want to commit to taking Knobbly Gorge? I think we probably do. And then we'll use our other armies here. We can't see everything that he's got. We know he's strong, but scrap towers. What will you have? You'll have, it's going to be a few turns actually before you have 12. We are going to have the advantage of two armies over here that we could use to reinforce
Lookouts. Stay alert.
this settlement. Yeah, I don't think Ghorst is going to come out and attack this. I really don't. Even with just these relatively weak armies here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and give you the ague while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, okay. Infect selection. And we're going to go ahead and have you get this guy. And then we are going to have him leave this army and go back in on his own. Okay, so Grog, he's back in Grog's army, and that way we didn't abuse the spreading of the plagues, because I don't want to exploit the game. Now you, actually, I did want to send... Where is he? Is this the guy? Yes, this is... Septid doesn't... Yeah, it's Glutroar. Septid, we did not give replenished troops to, correct? Yes. Okay, so this guy right here, Glutroar, we want you to go join them as well. Okay. So we have Nurgle and Death magic in this army, plus Occultist, so that's good. That's the combination that I usually try to do when it's convenient in the armies. So back to you, Kugath. We're going to have you go... I think even going to about here is going to be good enough, because we can almost reach now. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be good enough. It actually puts us in a position where we could race back if for some reason we felt like we needed to. They've got Vampire Count's Rebels up here. Shouldn't be a big deal for us. And then here's his army. So he did have an army over here. It just wasn't in the settlement. This is not an army that particularly concerns me. Level 1 Lord does have a vampire, but vampires aren't all that tough, right? Okay, doing some replenishment. Got our armies in positions where we want them. Pig barter. Oh yeah, now we need to decide about doing any more hero recruitment. How much are our heroes? If we look at scrap towers here. Okay, so these guys are 1,500 each. We could only afford one. What about if I go down here? Oh, I could do the Exalted Hero from Pig Barter. It's interesting. Is there any advantage to doing it in Pig Barter as opposed to... Or is there any advantage to doing it over here in the Dragon Isles, that is to say? And it does not look like there is. I do like these Exalted Heroes. I can actually afford 2 of them. I think we're going to do this. So I don't want to really use Exalted Heroes much as field agents. So this is a little bit of a less of a big deal for me. It's still nice to have, but it's a little bit less of a big deal. Diabolic Splendor is not bad, and Scaled Skin's not bad. So those are the 2 I'm going to take. So we're going to take Malefics here. And we're going to take... Farmort. Okay. And we're back to being very low on money again. Although I thought we were going to be even lower than that. They must have been cheaper than I realized. We can actually afford a cultist as well. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't see any reason to not get a cultist up here into Plague Chosen's army. So Corpulence, okay. Infectious is not one of my favorites. We're going to go with Strong. Okay, but here's the issue. So we have another Bencoke. We already have a Bencoke. So we're going to temporarily call this one... We're going to name him Bencoke. I'm going to be very clever with this. We're going to call him Bencoke II. But that's temporary because if anybody feels like they have a good recommendation to rename a cultist of Nurgle, then please post a comment below and I will be happy to do that. Now, my only rule is this is an immersive playthrough, so I'm not going to name him, you know, Donald Trump or Joe Biden or, you know, something that's completely immersion breaking. So if you have a good suggestion for an immersive name, I'll be happy to use it. Anyway, enough said about that. I think at this point we can go ahead and do our diplomacy check. I guess maybe I did already do this turn, didn't I? No, I didn't, because last time I checked, they wanted peace, and now they don't. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happens. Nothing from Greasus. Okay, he's filled up his army, but he's gone into hiding inside the settlement. And Ghorst did not come out. As I thought, Ghorst is too chicken to attack scrap towers, even with our two weak armies over there. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Those are the guys right north of us, right? Yeah, we're now at war with another potential neighbor here. Okay, capture and occupy Flayed Rock. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. We'll get there. And, oh my goodness, I forgot. I meant to change him over to, actually, I meant to change him to that. Alright, so now, better for him to be in encampment stance for now. Okay, so we got the construction complete. We got pig barters. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. This is the growth building. Okay, that's good. All right, so yeah, just a few more turns before we'll be able to upgrade pig barter. And then let's see how strong this makes Greasus. Ooh, he's up to 32. Only 4 settlements, though. That's interesting. And of course, Ghorst is at 68. He's got 3 settlements, but he's going to lose one this turn, I believe, because I don't think he can stop us. Knobbly Gorge, 14 units. None of those are particularly concerning to me. His settlement does not have a defense building, which would turn it into a settlement battle. Okay, so it's just going to be a field battle. We only have 19 units because I did let that one hero leave, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and finish up this episode by taking Knobbly Gorge.
Make them rot.
Close victory. If we were to auto-resolve it, though, we would not suffer any unit losses. Yeah, this is not going to be too much of a problem. Really, only his character units are the only thing to particularly worry about. I mean, the Graveguard are not weak by any stretch, but even against our Nurglings, they're not going to do that much. I don't want to be cavalier about this battle, but I also don't see any reason to be overly cautious. Basically do the same thing we did in the last battle, except they don't have to wait for reinforcements. They'll probably just come straight out at us, and that's fine. Start deployment. Let's turn everybody around. Again, no real need to worry about the woods. I don't think they have any. They got some large units, I guess. The Crypt Horrors are large, yeah. But they don't have any cav, and they don't have... Excuse me. They don't have any missile units. Okay, and so you can hit... Not quite hit from here. Might as well move up a little bit more. There we go, that's fine. Start the battle. And go ahead and, I guess, attack
Our enemies are merely specimens.
those Graveguard right there. That'll be good.
Bound for thy lands.
Everybody else except for Kugath
Come on.
kind of move up with him. Like here. And Kugath, we want you on guard mode. You're more or less in the middle, which is what we want for the purposes of Plaguefather's oration. I think I saw somebody here who was kind of straggling a little bit outside the group. It's just you, Oedipus. Okay, let's get you over here. Let's do an aerial raid with our Locus of Contagion and maybe blast a Rancid Visitations or something on them. We'll find out. And you, we want you to be a little bit more inside the protective Nurgling shell, if you don't mind. Okay, let's go ahead and speed this up. Oedipus. He does have some flying units there. If they actually were to engage me here, that's fine. I'll just go ahead. And they are, okay. That's fine. I'll use my Locus of Contagion on them. Doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot of damage with his melee attack, does he? What is he? 45? Weapon strength 463, not a ton. His vampire unit could always do that to me, which is a concern, but not really a massive one. What is Kugath firing at here? Still at them, that's fine. Let's go ahead and maybe... You know what, you can keep hitting them. Let's go ahead and get a... I don't think I have to be super efficient with the Winds of Magic in this fight, and I definitely don't want to lose the unit, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and pull you back a little bit. And meanwhile, now what? Anything back here to hit? It's a good clump of them right there. Just throw at them, I suppose. And all of you guys, move up to be with Kugath if you don't mind. And now you can go ahead and do this again. This is perfect that the dire wolves have conveniently stayed within inside the sphere as well. Now they're running. That's a good idea. Okay. I think you can go ahead and finish this fight here. Finish off those fell bats. And we can speed this up. What is his army doing? They're kind of rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic, it looks like. They're just all moving over to here. That's fine, we'll just keep hitting them from a distance. Let's go ahead and maybe find some decent units to attack. Hit those dire wolves a time or two. You haven't finished off the fell bats yet? Come on, man, they're crumbling. Okay, there we go. So now the thing is with... well, there we go with another damaging spell on him. That's okay, though. The Locus of Contagion doesn't require Winds of Magic, so we can basically just keep doing this forever and ever. Which would be quite boring, but we need to at least entice them to attack us. And then let's go ahead and get a Rancid Visitations on his lord. And unfortunately, it looks like the trees are in the way here with Kugath. Should have thought of that. Go ahead and just throw over here where it's clear. Let's go ahead and get your Nurglings going. Let's go ahead and speed things up. Nurglings, you guys go ahead and race forward if you don't mind. Kugath, just keep hitting. Yeah, hit these Cryptors. That'll be good. As they get close, I'll slow it down again. Okay, so that's a good waste of Winds of Magic for us on his part, because he casted a spell on these Nurglings. We would like to get the Nurglings, if at all possible, on them, but it's really not a big deal. Okay, you guys, you can now come over here and do your Locus of Contagion again. Looks like you might make it. Speed up. Okay. Go on in there. And blow yourself up. I did a tiny little bit, not much. Go ahead and hit those guys there, Kugath. And how are you doing over here? It's really not the most effective place for you to be, is it? Not if those wolves are going to move around like that. Let's go ahead and get an attack in then. Over here. We'll get you into position to attack something over here. Same with you, Mr. Cultist. And Adipus. You can now go ahead and do your Locus of Contagion again. Get our beast on those dire wolves, I suppose. Adipus, let's go ahead and do a Stream of Corruption. Let's just get as many of these guys as we can. I should have paid attention to see how much healing he got out of that. Probably not very much. Okay, go ahead and use your abilities here. I guess these guys can go ahead and attack those Cryptors. Let's go ahead and make sure everything is really fighting the targets that we want them to fight. Get on the Lord. You know what? You go ahead and get on those Cryptors. Kugath, you're fine. Adipus. Let's go ahead and get a, let's get a nice, because I can stand to be inefficient here. Let's get a nice, big Blight Boil to go off here. Didn't do a whole lot to the Corpse Cart, but it did a fair amount to some of his other units. Definitely not the most effective use, but I just like it. Okay, meanwhile you've got your Locus of Contagion to do again. He has no flying units, he really, other than the magic, he has no way to do any damage to Adipus. Septed, you're fine. How are we doing in here? Let's get everybody in on his Lord. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start to speed this up. Don't think it'll take long now. Let's go ahead and get another... Now, let's do another Stream of Corruption here. Enemy Lord is dead. All of you guys now on... like into the middle here, I guess. Where's his vampire? Did I kill his vampire? I don't think so. The unit's been wiped out. I'm assuming that was a summoned Nurgling unit. Okay. Kugath, yeah, you can do that. You do the Locus of Contagion. At this point, I'm just cycling through the abilities. Everything should just be a matter of time at this point. We'll go ahead and cast another... Let's go ahead and get a heal off on our character units, and let's go ahead and get a Stream of Corruption here. How about right here? got some of the Graveguard, I think. Victory's in our grasp. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. You drink your healing potion, I guess. Go ahead and do this. Oedipus, use your Locus of Contagion, and also get a heal on him, please. Okay. Ah, some of our Nurglings got killed. It's a little unfortunate. How are we looking here? Do they have more units somewhere? I think any moment now they ought to break. Or not break, but crumble. Let's go ahead and speed up again. Okay. Got this. That. What's going on here? Up the corpse cart. I forgot about that corpse cart. Let's get our melee combatants on the corpse cart. And I'll go ahead and add a Rancid Visitations for good measure. And I'm assuming it'll go down pretty quickly. Locust Contagion on top of that. Corpse Cart, 3,000. 2,000. There we go. There we go. Everybody disintegrating. We did suffer some casualties with our Nurglings. That's a little unfortunate, but don't think I need to sweat too much about that. Okay, so we had a little bit of a shorter episode last time. This one will be a little bit of a longer episode, which is nice. Should balance out. That is, however, I think as far as we're going to be able to go in this episode. Just going to take a real quick look at the aftermath of this battle. Alright, another 3,000 favor, always good. Standard discipline, I'll take that as well. And the experience is also quite welcome. 2 levels, in fact. That's good. And we're going to go ahead and occupy it. Boy, nah, I'm going to occupy it. Would have been more money if we had looted it, but... Alright, there we go, finally. How long did it take to get this? It says won a battle with 8 or more Nurgling units. I feel like I've won many of those. Mount gained for the original Bin Coke. And we got that objective completed. Okay, so there we go. That's, I think, a good place to go ahead and leave off this episode. We do have a little bit more maintenance type stuff to do here before we end the turn. And then we're going to have to decide what to do down here. But that's, I think the tide has definitely turned. Not that we were ever really in danger of losing, but you know what I mean. Okay, anyway, I, once again, thank you all for watching. If you have any comments that you'd like to leave, please feel free to do so. I do read them all, and I will see you all in the next episode.